Hello, everyone. Today on Stocks to Watch, we're turning our attention to Xtra-Gold Resources Corp. and James Longshore, co-founder and CEO. They're listed on the TSX as XTG and over the counter in the United States as XTGRF. This is an exploration company that's unlocking potential of Ghana's Kibi Greenstone Belt. With its flagship Kibi Gold Project, Xtra-Gold has really become the first company to publish a National Instrument 43-101 technical report in this entire region. And that is a major milestone that positions the company at the forefront of one of West Africa's most promising gold belts. So, James, thank you so much for joining us. Excited to hear about your story today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Ashley.
So we mentioned the Kibi belt. So what makes this area such an exciting place to explore for gold, and what nearby discoveries really highlight its potential, would you say?
Well, why it's so exciting is because we staked this in 2003, long time ago. I believed in my lifetime gold would have some value as an investment. And we beat Newmont to the staking, who had the property next door to us. And that was in 2003. Like I said, gold was $275 an ounce. And our next door partners, it's called the Ashanti, it's a world famous gold belt called the Ashanti Gold Belt. And they found over 130 million ounces. So it ranks as one of the top gold belts in the world, certainly in the top 10. And for us, it's exciting because we staked, let's say its smaller brother, the whole gold belt, which is about a 30-kilometer long gold belt. And for Explorer to do that today would be impossible. We did it when no one cared about gold. So that's why it's exciting. What makes it more exciting is Newmont found a 10 million ounce deposit next door to us and put it in production in 2013. And it's about 30 kilometers away from us. And recently they sold it to the largest Chinese producer, Xinjiang, for $1 billion. And there was only 2.8 million ounces. And Newmont sold it because it fell below the 500,000 ounce threshold. So for us, it's exciting because the new partner is looking for additional ore to fill that plant. It's running at 50% capacity. So that's why Xtra-Gold is so exciting with this, as a gold play in Ghana.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe you could walk us through some of the main, key takeaways. We talked about the National Instrument 43-101 technical report on Kibi, really the first of the kind in the belt. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so you're correct. We were the first ones to go looking for the hard rock sources, but in the floodplain, we're on a 600-meter high gold ridge drilling for the hard rock sources. In the floodplain, it was always known as the richest sources of alluvial gold in all of West Africa. So we knew the hard rock sources were close by. So we started drilling that, and we made the discovery in 2010, and we put 650 drill holes in it now, 125,000 meters of drilling over about a 2-kilometer strike length. And why that's exciting is it's open-ended in all directions, okay, the resource. And we believe, in summary, the first 2 kilometers proved up open pit potential, 1.2 million ounce plus. And we believe it's going to be a multi-million ounce discovery. So we just have to continue with our drilling. And we're stepping out now 2 kilometers and we're hitting the same type of material. So very exciting time for us.
Yeah, certainly. And sounds like obviously potential for scalability here with what it is you're finding. You've been active on the ground running both resource expansion drilling, recovery operations. How do those efforts, would you say, fit into your overall strategy here?
Well, so we're very unique for exploration company, if you put it, because we also have a mining operation. Like I touched on, in that floodplain, through thousands of years, the ridge eroded our gold ridge, the hard rock sources, and it created the biggest, like I said, alluvial deposit in all of West Africa. So the locals had been mining that for centuries, and we did a revenue sharing partnership with the local miners in 2010. And so we generate cash flow from mining with the locals. And that cash flow finances all our exploration. And that's why we haven't done any secondary offerings since our IPO in 2010. So we actually have less shares outstanding now than when we went public 15 years ago, which is very exciting for our shareholders because they haven't been diluted during the bear market. So we've issued no new shares. And keeping on that subject a little bit, we were getting no value for the alluvial gold as a public company. We're going to get value on the amount of ounces we show as the hard rock potential. So why is that exciting? It's only exciting because it's enabled us to fund the company, self-finance the company, which is unique, like I said. And it's also made us the biggest employer with locals in the area. So we're driving a lot of economic development in our communities. So hopefully that it's very unique.
It is unique, and you know that social responsibility, the responsibility to the community, is so important. So I like that you mentioned that. Also, the fact that the company really has longevity. I mean, you said you started 2003, then expanded in 2010. So you've been around a long time. Obviously, that's good news for shareholders. Let's talk about next key steps for advancing the project towards development and reducing risk.
Well, our strategy is very simple. Like I touched on, our main driver for the shareholders is going to be increasing the resource, that 43-101. So, that resource got published in October 2024, so almost a year ago, and it was at 1.2 million ounces. We've added significantly to that now, but we're not able to publish it until it's been independently verified. So our goal is to get to the 2 million ounce mark, and we could generally, if we show at 2 million ounces and the resource is open-ended, we could go partner with any major to potentially sell this, or partner development strategy, which will unlock a lot of shareholder value. So this strategy, in my opinion, is already de-risked. It's just a matter of growing the resource. How big is this Kibi Gold project going to be as far as the ounces?
And are you able to answer, how soon it could be independently verified?
Well, so generally, every time we add about 500,000 ounces, we update the resource. So we did the update a year ago, and internally, our modeling is looking very encouraging. I would say in the next 12 months, we'll probably update it, and hopefully, we're getting close to that 2 million ounce if Mother Nature treats us well.
Works in your favor, right? It's like this.
Trying to find, sorry, well, you're trying to find needles in haystacks, these veins, but they're all there. Yeah. It's just a matter of sticking to our program and keep drilling. And we just hit one that's 2 kilometer step out, and the gold's disseminated over 1 kilometer. So that's fantastic. Just to give you an idea, that has the potential to add 500,000 ounces. So that's where we're drilling now. And we're just infilling it now. So, yeah.
Well, best of luck to you there. For investors that are listening, watching, a few short points, if you could tell us, outside of everything else you've explained and all the impressive work you've been doing over the years, and most recently, what makes Xtra-Gold Resources such a compelling investment story right now?
Well, as far as why I would invest in it, number one is, I've already said we've self-financed it, so we don't need capital. We built up an extra 20 million in the treasury with liquid assets, gold and cash. So we don't need to go for capital. So no dilution to shareholders unless we decide to. Number two, the other very exciting thing about us is we didn't really talk about is we own our own drill fleet. So we own 4 rigs outright. We do our own drilling, which is also very unique for a gold exploration company. Usually they contract. So we're drilling for 80% less because we own our own rigs. And why is that important? Very simply, our finding costs to find an ounce of gold, our all-in cost to find an ounce is $10. Well, gold's trading at 4,000. So we're probably the lowest cost exploration company out there compared to our peers of finding an ounce of gold. So that's exciting because ultimately you get paid per ounce in the ground as an explorer if you decide to invest with it. And third, very important is that these are mine permits. We have 5 mine permits. These are not exploitation permits. So we've de-risked this already because we've already got the permits to mine. So we call that in our industry shovel ready. We don't have permitting risk. And when you talk to a lot of explorers in different countries, it can take 10 years to get a permit. So that risk is gone. So majors like us, because we permitted, they've even said that's a tremendous value. And just to close out, for some people that don't know Africa very well, there's 50 different countries in Africa. And our country is the largest gold producer. And we're a very small country, smaller than geographically the size of France. We have more mines per square kilometers, and we have for the top majors looking to replace their reserves. Newmont, Xinjiang, Anglo Ashanti, and Goldfields. So we're ranked as the best and most politically stable in all of Africa. So that's in a nutshell, that's why investors should look at Xtra-Gold.
Yeah, certainly sounds like big potential there. James Longshore, co-founder and CEO of Xtra-Gold Resources Corp. So investors pay attention. The TSX listed as XTG, and again, over the counter, the OTCQB in the US as XTGRF. Certainly, this is a company with a strategic position, as James said, in one of West Africa's most exciting gold belts. To learn more, you can visit xtragold.com and follow the company as it continues to really advance exploration and unlock shareholder value. Thanks for joining us here on Stocks to Watch, James.
Thank you.